welcome to LCM Kids Online with me, Teacher Mickey. And today we are talking about our 10 commandments of the Bible. Do you remember which commandment we are at now? We are already at our last commandment. And do you know what that commandment is? Well, let us go through our 10 commandments paper tablet first. So if you have it, please take it out. And we will be going through our commandments. So firstly, the first commandment is to put God first, and then to worship God only, to use God's name with respect, to rest on the seventh day, to obey your parents, to harm no one, keep your promises, do not steal, and last week we talked about tell the truth. And today we are going to talk about this commandment, the last one, do not be jealous of others. So what we're going to do now is get a color pencil, okay, any color that you like, and we are going to color over this commandment for today. Okay, let's color. Okay, so I'm done coloring mine. I realized that I haven't used red yet, so I'm using the red one for my final commandment. So once you've colored that, we're going to put it right aside, okay, put it at the side. Now, before we go into the lesson, we're going to play a little sentence puzzle today, and I will need your help. Now, over here, I have a bowl of crumpled paper. Can you see? I have 10 crumpled paper inside this bowl, and in each of the crumpled paper bowl is a word. So what we have to do is to find the words that make up the sentence of the commandment for today. And what's the commandment? Do not be jealous of others. So that's 6 words that we have to find among these 10. Now, if you want to play this game at home, you can have 2 players and each of them will have their own bowl of crumpled paper. Be sure to use recycled paper if you can, and write in the words, then cut them out and crumple it up and mix it all in, and then there'll be a timer being set. The first person who can find all the 6 words that make up the commandment and arrange them in the right order will be the winner. But for now, I will need your help to find the words for me. Can you do that? Alright, help me keep a lookout. So, which paper ball should I pick up first? This one? This one? Okay, let's pick up and see what it says. It says is. Do we need the word is? Do not be jealous of others. Is there a word is in it? No. Next one, which one should I pick? The top one? Alright, let's pick the top one. It says do. That's the first word of our commandment today. Do not be jealous of others. So I'm going to keep that one. Now, next one. Which one? This one? It says at. Do we need the word at? No, we don't need it. Alright, let's check it aside. Next one. The one in the middle? Okay. Off. Do we have the word off in our commandment today? Do not be jealous of others. Yes, we need this word. Alright, so let's just keep it aside as well. Now, next one. We have 2 already. We need 4 more. Oh, this one. Let's see. Oh, it says not. Not. Do we have this word in our commandment today? Do not. Yes, we need this one. Alright, I'll keep this. And let's move on. Should I randomly pick? Okay, I'll not look. This one. This is the word that we want. What is this? Others. Do not be jealous of others. We need this. This is the last word. Okay, we need this. Alright, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 words. How many do we need? 2 more. Okay, so let's find the other 2. It gave us a silly face. This is not what we want. Okay, let's pick the next one. The. Does it have the word the? Nah. Okay. What's this big word? It starts with J. Jealous. Jealous. Do not be jealous of others. We need this word as well. Okay, got that. Here, one more. What's this word? What is it? Be? Is it what we need? Do not be jealous of others. Yay! Okay, I think we found all our 6 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, to finish it, we have to arrange it in the correct order. So, can you help guide me to it? Alright, let's do it. Hey children, now we have to try to arrange the words to form the sentence of our commandment for today. But does it look right? Something is a little bit off. Do not. That's not the word not. Which one is the word not? Aha, there it is. So let's put this at the front. Do not be jealous. This is not the word jealous. Where's the word jealous? Jealous. Is this the one? Yep, that's right. Let's replace this over. Okay. Do not be jealous of. This is not of. There it is. Let's exchange this too. There we go. Now do we have the correct order? Do not be jealous of others. We got it. Great job, kids. Wow, we have found the correct words and completed the sentence puzzle. Thank you, kids. High five. Alright, now let's move on to our lesson. And to do that, we have to talk about our Bible verse of the week. So if you have a Bible, take your Bible out and flip to Exodus 20, verse 17. I will read it in small parts and you will repeat after me. Okay? Let's read. You must not want to take from your neighbor. One more time. You must not want to take from your neighbor. Now, the last commandment we are talking about today is about not having a heart that wants to take from others. And this heart usually comes when we start to feel jealous about someone or something. So children, do you know what is being jealous? Well, being jealous is when we do not have something and we see someone else having it, so we want to have it for ourselves as well. Now, let me give you some examples here. The first example is to earn praise. Now, Tom's mother is always praising his sister for being smart and well-behaved and doing her homework very well. This made Tom very upset because he wanted his mom to praise him too. So, to make his mom praise him as well, Tom studied hard every night and he tried his best to do his homework well. However, he still could not do it as well as his sister. So he started to get very frustrated, and Tom's jealousy towards his sister made him become a very angry person, and he always hid himself in the room, not wanting to spend time with his family. Now, in the second scenario is to own a better item. Now, Jimmy's friend brought a new storybook to school with a lot of beautiful colors and designs on it. Jimmy likes the storybook a lot and he wishes that he has the same storybook as well, but he does not have enough money to buy a new one. So, during playtime when everyone else is busy with their own things, Jimmy sneaked into the classroom, opened up his friend's bag and stole the storybook. Jimmy's jealousy caused him to do the wrong thing, and that is to steal. Now, the last example that I'm going to tell you is one of the greatest examples of jealousy, and it's the example of Satan. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but Satan used to be one of God's angels, and his name was called Lucifer. But after some time, Lucifer got jealous of God's power, and he wanted to be God himself. So Lucifer left the heavens, he became a fallen angel, and is always against God. So that is where he became Satan. However, one day, when Jesus comes again, Satan will be destroyed in hell, and he will never be able to enjoy the happiness and blessings of heavens, all because of his jealousy. Now, children, jealousy is something that everyone will experience somewhere in their lives, because man's heart is made to be sometimes greedy and not entirely happy with what we are given. When we see something better or someone doing better than us, we may start to feel sad, lousy, because we are jealous and we wish that we have it. However, what we do with that thought of jealousy is very important. Jealousy can cause us to think and then move on to say or do things in response to that. Like the scenarios given earlier, Tom has a thought of jealousy towards his sister, and then it led on to him doing something to earn his mother's praise, and then caused him to be frustrated and angry with the family. Same thing with Jimmy. When he saw that his friend has a very nice storybook that he wants, he ended up becoming a thief to get it. Now children, if we do not deal with the jealousy in our hearts, it might cause us to do or say something that might not be right. And when we continue to let our jealousy grow, it will take away all our joy and contentment that God has already given us. So let me ask you kids, have you ever been jealous of someone or wanting something that someone else has? Now it is okay to share it, with like your parents or your Sunday school teacher, because we all have moments like that and we can better pray for each other. Like for Teacher Mickey, when I was in primary school, I had this cartoon that I really liked, and it's called Lovely Melody. I don't know if you know it. It's like together with Hello Kitty and all that. Yeah, so I really loved Lovely Melody, and I had a really close friend in class. She had the whole Lovely Melody set of things. She had the Lovely Melody school bag, the pencil box, and even a water bottle, and I felt sad and jealous about it, and I was even a little angry with my mom, like, why aren't you buying it for me? I like it too. Why can't I have it like what my friends have? So every time I look at what my friend has and what I don't, I cannot be happy. I cannot be happy with myself. I cannot be happy with my mom. I start to blame my mom, and I'm very frustrated about it. So I become a very unhappy person. So you see, Teacher Mickey has been through it too. And the worst part is I did not know God at that time, and I didn't know how to give thanks or to pray or to tell anyone about it. But children, for you it's different. Now you have God. Now we have people to share it with, to pray with for you, and to get your heart right with God. So, how about you children? Have you been jealous before? Now, although we cannot just stop ourselves from being jealous, I cannot tell myself, oh, I don't want to be jealous, I don't want to be jealous. It doesn't work like that, right? You can't stop yourself from feeling jealous from time to time. But there are always ways that God has taught us and helped us to deal with the jealousy in our hearts. So rather than let ourselves say or do things the wrong way, let us look at some blessed ways that we can cope with our jealousy better. Firstly, you need to be thankful for what you already have. Now, whenever we start feeling jealous, think back on the things that you already have been given. Know that whatever we have right now is all that we need. And when God does not give us more, it basically means that God doesn't think we need it. Let's say if God doesn't give us the toys that we want, it could be because we already have a lot of toys, and if we have one more toy, it could be a distraction from us to do our work or to spend time with our family, or we may want to have that new dress or the new shirt that we see, even though we have many clothes already. But God doesn't give it to us because He knows that, maybe it might cause us to be very proud, like, oh, look, I have a new shirt or a new dress. Or it might cause people around us to feel lousy and upset, when they see us having something new and they don't. So you must see that God has a reason for not giving us certain things, and it's mostly to protect us and to protect the people around us. Secondly, you need to remember all the blessings you have received. Now, before we start getting upset with God or upset with people for not giving us what we want, we have to remember that God has always been blessing us. The times that we have troubles and God has helped us through. Like when we forget to bring something to school and our teacher did not scold us so badly, that was God's blessing. Or when we lost something and we were so upset about it, but later we got something else back in return, that was God's blessing. When we fell down and injured ourselves, but God protected us from greater harm, that was God's blessing as well. Or when you missed the bus and you thought you were going to be late for school, but hey, you made it to school on time, that was God's blessing as well. So children, there are many little ways that we can actually see how God blesses us if we really seek and pray through it. We will really see how God works in the little itty bitty parts of our lives. So children, can you recall God's blessings in your life as well? And since God is always helping us, why would He not give us the best? Sometimes we do not have what we desire because God knows that it is not the best for us right now. And finally, the third point to cope with our jealousy is to really think deeper into the reason Why do we want the things that we do? Why do you want something so badly? Why are you so jealous about it? Now, we have to remember that we must not do things out of just wanting to be better than someone or to own something that someone else has just because of some greediness that we have in our hearts or wanting more than we can have. When our purpose of doing things is out of jealousy, we might end up making the wrong choices or act out in ways that might not be right, like telling a lie about someone to make them look bad to others and make yourself look good, or trying to study hard not for ourselves but to compete with someone else and to do better than them and to show them that you're good. Now, children, never let jealousy be the reason that we do things. The verse we read today, we must not want to take from our neighbors, is talking about the people around us. When we are jealous about someone, we will want to take over or own what the other person has. But we must be reminded that God has a perfect plan for each person at every moment of their lives. So if at this moment you're jealous of someone, remember that God has actually given us all that we need, and what we do not have, we do not need. Now, to end off our last commandment, we are going to do a little paper collage craft to help us remember the key message of today's lesson. So, what are the materials we need? So, firstly, I want you to get 2 pieces of drawing paper, okay, like that. And then you will also need to do some painting today. So, get out your paint palette, and a pot of water to wash your paintbrush. Okay, get your paintbrush as well. And you will also need some color pencils or markers are fine as well. And then you will need a pencil. This is to draw on some things later on. Okay, then you will also need tape. Any kind of tape is fine. And of course, our favorite 2 things, the scissors and the glue. Got all that ready? Okay, then let's start. Now, firstly, I want you to get your 1 piece of your drawing paper, and we are going to draw some things on it. Okay, so get your pencil. Now, today we're going to do this paper collage with hand and flowers. Okay, so there'll be a hand holding flowers. So what you're going to do is firstly to trace your hand. Now, I want you to find a corner of the paper. Don't draw it right in the middle because you're wasting the space. So maybe find a corner at the side over here, okay? And just put your palm over the paper like that and start tracing it with the pencil. Okay, so I'm going to trace my hand now. Okay, so this is how my hand looks like after I traced it. Okay, then once you've drawn your hand on the other side of your paper, okay, this side that isn't traced, I want you to draw a big rectangle. Now this rectangle is going to be the sleeves where your hands will be coming out from. Okay, the sleeves of your shirt. And then here you have some empty spaces. That's where you would draw your shapes of the flowers. So you can draw about 4 or 5 flowers or shapes that you like. I'm going to draw some circles. I'm going to have some circle flowers, maybe different sizes, some small, some big, and then maybe just 1 normal flower shape. Okay, so I've drawn on 4 different shapes of flowers that I want. Okay, if you want, you can even draw on triangles, ovals, or any kind of funny shapes that you want your flowers to be. Okay, just get creative. And after you've drawn your flowers, we're going to draw on some leaves as well. So maybe draw about 2 or 3 leaves. Here you go, I drew 3 leaves. Now take note not to draw on any designs for your flowers or your leaves yet, because later on after we paint, you can design with your color pencil. Okay, so don't draw on the designs yet. Alright, so once you have all this, we're going to draw on the stalks for your flowers. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 stalks maybe. Okay, 3 long stalks. So the stalks will basically look like very long rectangles like that. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Now for younger children, if you find this difficult, you can get your parents or grown-up to help you draw. Okay? So once you've drawn all this, we can start painting. So get your paint out and your paintbrush and water as well, and you can start choosing the colors that you want. Now you can actually paint any color you want, even for your hand. It doesn't have to be beige. You can choose different colors like blue or red, you know, anything that you like. So just go wild with the colors that you like. Okay, let's start painting. Now the trick is not to use too much water because when it's too much water, it's going to take a very long time to dry your artwork later on. Okay, so try not to put too much water. My hand. Okay, so here's my flowers and my leaves all painted. So here are all my shapes being painted. Now we're going to leave it aside to let it dry. So we're going to come to your other drawing paper now. Okay, take that out. What we're going to do with this is we're going to make this paper into a frame. Now I want you to get your scissors and we're going to cut slits at the corners of your paper. So there's 4 corners, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cut a slanted slit like that over here, okay? So you can use a pencil to do a marking, okay, like that. Can you see? Okay, maybe like a 5 cm slit, and then draw another one over here. Okay, same thing like that, and at the other 2 sides, okay, draw on the same slit like this. So once you draw on the slits for the 4 corners, you're going to use your scissors and cut along the line that you drew. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it. Okay, so once it's cut, you're going to fold it down. Okay, how are you going to fold it? Okay, so try and fold down here, a line down here. Okay, we're going to fold this part down like this. Then on the other side, do the same thing. And on these 2 sides, you're going to fold it right at this corner down. And same thing for the other side, we're going to fold it down as well. So once you've gotten this, we're going to fold this part in so that we don't see it. Okay, so once you fold them all in, it should look like that. But it's still popping out, right? So that's where you will get your tape. And we're going to stick down the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there, tape, right? And then you're just going to stick it down like that. 1 corner here, another corner here. Okay, so once you've taped them all down, it should look like that. Okay, so it kind of looks like a frame now. Now at the corners, you can actually use your paint or your marker to design it. So I'm going to paint it. Okay, so let's start painting your borders. Okay, so I'm going for a more simple design. I drew stripes. Okay, so let's just leave this aside to dry. Now you can come back to your drawing that we done earlier, and by now it should be all dried up. So you can take your color pencil or your marker and you can start designing the shapes. So like for your flowers, you can draw stripes or zigzag lines, and your sleeve you can draw checks if you want to. So any kind of design that you want, alright? Okay, so once you're done designing all your shapes, you can get your scissors and you can cut it out. Now for the hand, it could be a bit harder for the younger kids, so you can get a grown-up to help you cut that instead. Alright, let's get cutting. Okay, so now that I've cut out all the shapes, okay, and all the flowers, and all the hand stuff and all that, we are going to start sticking it into your frame. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to stick is our hand. Okay, so you're going to stick your hand right in the center but slanted a little bit like that. So get your glue stick and start sticking it. Okay, once you stick on the hand, you can stick on the sleeves, which is going to be like that. Okay, so that's my sleeves. And now we're going to start sticking on the stalks. So I have 3 stalks, so I'm going to paste my 3 stalks on the hand to look like the hand is holding the stalk. Okay, so I stick up my stalks like that. And now we can paste on the flowers at the top and the leaves at the side. Okay? Okay, so I stick on my flowers and my leaves and they look like that. Now if you want, you can even make your fingers pop out a bit like that. So it looks like it's trying to hold the flowers. So now our frame and our flowers and hands are all done. To finish it off, I want you to get a marker and you're going to write on the key message of our commandment today, and that is, God has given me all I need. Alright, let's write that in. So I wrote mine at the corner over here. God has given me all I need. If you want, you can write it on the border as well or on the sleeves as well. Okay, any space that you can find. So we have completed our artwork for our last commandment. You can pop it up on your table or like hang it up somewhere in your room or anywhere in your house. Now, I think it is always a good reminder for us because we tend to look at things that are nice and we want something more in our life, and it's so easy to get jealous and compare, and then it will start to cause us to feel unhappy or frustrated. Then it is time for us to know again that God has really given us all that we need in our lives right now. So we should be joyful and satisfied children of God. Now, it has been a great few weeks hanging out with all of you talking about the 10 commandments of the Bible. You know, Teacher Mickey has also learned a lot along the way as I'm teaching you. I'm also reminded of the importance of the different commandments of God. So I hope you learn a lot as well from these lessons. Now, next week, we will be setting off on a brand new series of lessons, but I will keep it as a surprise, so stay tuned to find out. For now, do take care and I will see you next week. Bye-bye!